Yes. It's steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
I am Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht. Again, I am Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht.
That's right, it is Yacht Rock Wednesday. And on this day, I like to do adult contemporary hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and they are normally of a Caucasian persuasion. Now, the next song that I'm going to do for the evening actually comes from 1976, and it is from an artist who holds a very good distinction or unique distinction in history, and that is Henry Gross. Now, I want to show you a clip of Henry Gross. Now, that was Henry Gross when he was part of the band Shannon in 1969. And this distinction is that that is from Woodstock. And Henry Gross holds the distinction of being the youngest person ever to play at Woodstock. Now, in 1976, or actually in 1975, Henry Gross was visiting Brian Wilson's home, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, and they were having a conversation and they realized that they had something in common. They both had dogs named Shannon, and Brian Wilson's dog had been killed in a car accident, and so Henry Gross decided to write the song about dogs. Now, I did not know until this very moment that this song was about a dog. I mean, after all these years, it seems such a passionate song that, you know, I remember from my youth. I had no idea it was about a dog.
Get the fuck out of here.
What is also funny about this situation is back in the day, if you don't know who Kasem is, he was a big-time radio announcer, and he used to do American Top 40, and back in the day, he was doing this particular song, and the song that led into this was this very upbeat song, and then, of course, there's always, like, these dedications, and Kasem kind of flipped out because he was going from a very happy and upbeat song all of a sudden now into this very depressing song about a dead dog.
We're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is last goddamn time. I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
So if you know anything about Casey Kasem, that's very uncharacteristic of him, unless you're his wife. She might know a little bit more about his temper, outside of being in front of the camera or being on the radio. So let's take a look at what this song did on the charts. And Balamo, it went to number 20 in Australia, number 1 on the Canada Top Singles, number 1 on the Canada Adult Contemporary, number 1 in New Zealand, number 32 in the UK, number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 13 on the US Billboard Adult Contemporary, and number 5 on the US Cashbox Top 100. That's a pretty big deal, and he is considered a one-hit wonder because he never had a song this big, or I can't remember any other song. The reason, I should have mentioned this earlier. When you're seeing him crazy on stage at Shannon, I found him telling a story about how they were invited to do Woodstock, but only person that have heard of him happened to be Jimi Hendrix, and Jimi Hendrix knew Henry Gross, so he got them to play at Woodstock, but they kept pushing them off and pushing them off, and they actually had landed or got to Woodstock. They didn't have a hotel room, but they were supposed to meet in the hotel. And so when he's in the hotel, he meets up with Jimi Hendrix, and Henry Gross is like, I'm kind of nervous because, this is going to be their biggest audience, or the biggest audience for a lot of them. And so Jimi Hendrix offers him some whiskey. And so he's like, you're with Jimi Hendrix, one of the best guitarists in the world. You don't turn down a drink with Jimmy. And I completely agree. And so he drinks with Jimmy. He's getting pretty buzzed. And then the car comes to take him to the stage. And inside the car is Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead. And Jerry Garcia can tell that this guy's pretty drunk and lit. So he offers him some weed. So this guy gets high with Jerry Garcia, drunk with Jimi Hendrix, and then he doesn't perform until the very next day. And you could see, he's pretty wild and wound up. So that's the story I should have said in the very beginning. So if you like videos like this and others on the channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing at least 10 videos each and every week. So without any further ado, here is Henry Gross and Shannon.
Fuck yeah, bro. Let's do this.
Another day's at end. Mama says she's tired again. No one can even begin to tell her. I hardly know what to say, but maybe it's better that way. If Papa were here, I'm sure he'd tell her. Slowly the tears fill our eyes, and I know that somewhere tonight she knows how much we really miss her. Shannon is gone, I hope she's drifting out to sea. She always loved to swim away. Maybe she'll find an island where there's shade and trees, just like the one in our backyard. Just like the one in our backyard.
Okay, so that was Shannon by Henry Gross. Now, after knowing the story about the Beach Boys, or Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, you can kind of hear when there's harmonizing going on, a Beach Boys kind of sound. And it's great, the harmonies are there. His falsettos are on point. I don't think enough people, granted this is a one-hit wonder, but him and the falsettos on this song are absolutely wonderful, and it works. The other thing that makes this song stand out are the drum fills in there. There's a lot of them in this song, and I really, really appreciate that. Now, the other flip side of this is that, I don't even think I ever knew the lyrics to this song. I just knew how the feel of this song. But if a 7-year-old me knew this was about a dog after I had probably just seen Old Yeller maybe a year or two before this, I would have lost my shit. You couldn't console me at all. Old Yeller, Yeller, come back, Yeller, best dog in the West. Old Yeller fucked me up. Big time. And because I had dogs when I was a kid. So, that and the fact that I think the year after this song, I had to read Where the Red Fern Grows. So, there's a lot of it. If I would have known, man, woo, I would have probably had therapy when I needed it. Not just like now. But, it's still a good song. It's still a well-written song. It's still a well-crafted song. And you know what? If you only have one hit in your life, why not it be about a dog? I'm glad nobody's really yelling, oh, there's Smelly Cat, what are they? But no, that was never actually put on wax. But, you can write a song about a dog, If you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment.